I am pleading with LeBron James as a father. Stop this. Stop this. We all know that Bronny James is in the NBA because of his dad. The first game of the season, opening night, the Griffies in attendance, father-son duo playing in an NBA game for first time, an absolutely positively wonderful story. And then reality sets in. We love what we're seeing from him in the G League because that's where you belong. As you hone your skills and you get better and you legitimately earn, which I believe he has the potential to do. I am rooting for Bronny James. It would be cruel to root against him. It's a wonderful kid. I wish him nothing but the best. But he's LeBron James' son. And everybody knows what attention that brings.
Bring up that energy, Stephen A. Smith. I need this kind of attitude from Stephen A. Smith more often. This is Sports Guy talking that you guys are watching and listening to. I am Dustin Tran, your host, as I am here today to talk about Stephen A. Smith ripping LeBron James for the Bronny James situation. Of course, the Lakers decide that it was a good idea to play Bronny James on Tuesday night against the 76ers. Predictably, that ended in failure as Bronny James sucked in his 15 minutes of action. Before I say anything else, though, I want to present you guys with a topic question. So, here it is. Does Bronny James belong in the NBA? Heck no, Bronny James does not belong on an NBA court whatsoever. At best, Bronny James is G League material. Bronny James was only drafted because of his dad's influence on the National Basketball Association. We know that LeBron James is one of the greatest players to have ever touched foot on an NBA court. However, we all know that LeBron James abuses his power in the NBA. He's the reason why we have player empowerment being out of control in today's NBA. And of course, LeBron James used his power and influence to make sure that his son got drafted onto an NBA roster. Not only did LeBron James use that influence for Bronny James to get drafted into the NBA, he used that influence to make sure the Lakers wasted a draft pick on Bronny James. This guy wasn't even a decent college player. It would be one thing if Bronny James was a decent player in college. However, Bronny James was a pathetic player at the college level. At best, he was a role player, and you had all these LeBron James fanboys telling me that his son, Bronny James, was comparable to Drew Holiday. What a joke those LeBron James fanboys are, because you can't even have a rational conversation about how Bronny James is not even an NBA caliber player. This guy might not even be a G League caliber player. I understand that Bronny James has had some good games in the G League. I'll give Bronny James that. But at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, why did Bronny James even get the opportunity to play in the G League in the first place? If his name was Bob Jackson, would he have even gotten an opportunity into the NBA? Of course not. A guy like Bronny James does not naturally just get into the NBA while averaging less than 10 points at the collegiate level. I know some physical freaks have also been into the NBA while not really playing good in college. However, here's the catch. Bronny James is not a physical freak. Unlike his dad, Bronny James is a 6'1" combo guard. So if you're at that size, you better be able to show at least some decent tape in order for an NBA team to waste a draft pick on you. However, Bronny James did none of those things at USC. Bronny James wasn't even a starter at USC. This man was a role player off the bench, and USC didn't even make the March Madness tournament. You know how bad you have to be in order to not make the March Madness tournament as a Power 5 program? Bronny James used his name to his advantage, and it's not his fault that Bronny James used his name to his advantage. It's LeBron James' fault for how he got his kid into that situation. LeBron James knew his kid wasn't good enough for the NBA, but he didn't care in the first place. And of course, JJ Redick enabled this kind of behavior on the Lakers. It doesn't help that Pelinka and Jeanie continue to enable this kind of player empowerment from LeBron James. No wonder why the Lakers are a dysfunctional dysfunctional organization. I know some people are going to tell me, oh, the Lakers are the 5 seed. They're doing just fine in the Western Conference. They're going to make the playoffs. Who cares? I would hope you would be able to make the playoffs with an Anthony Davis in your prime. Making the playoffs with Anthony Davis and LeBron James on your roster is not an accomplishment. When you have those two guys on your roster, championships are expected. If you're drafting Bronny James, then free agents are not going to want to come into the Lakers knowing that this clown show is going to favor Bronny James, while they'll do nothing but back every single role player whenever things go wrong. I want to also show you guys this clip of JJ Redick making excuses for Bronny James. I thought JJ Redick made a fool out of himself. Roll the film.
Just felt like on a back-to-back, just him giving us energy, I think, was the goal. Maybe put him in a tough spot, flying up yesterday and, nationally televised game and Philly, all that stuff. It's, he didn't play well, but he's been playing great, in the Stay Ready games, and he's been playing great in the G. So I have confidence in him, but obviously didn't provide that at a high level.
Well, maybe you're just making excuses.
Really? You're making excuses for Bronny James after everybody is ready to go ahead and rip him? I understand that you don't want to call out players, but to sit up here and act like Bronny James played a good basketball game while he didn't is blatantly false. That's blatantly lying to the team and blatantly lying to the media. Bronny James sucked at every aspect of basketball. Expectations for Bronny James were incredibly low heading into his rookie season, but Bronny James has somehow managed to be worse than what expectations were set for him. When I saw Bronny James play on the basketball court in Summer League, I thought, okay, maybe Bronny James could average more than half a point at this point in stage of the NBA season. However, it is clear that Bronny James does not even have the capability of doing that. He's 1 of 16 shooting from the floor during his limited time in the NBA. He's 0 of 7 from three-point range. This guy has been getting burned on defense as well, and he has been doing nothing on offense. Bronny James might as well be an invisible man. If the Lakers played 4-on-5 basketball during the time Bronny James was on the court, they would have the same results as if Bronny James were playing on the basketball court. That's how bad Bronny James has been. TICKETtv, a YouTuber, could probably come in there right now and beat Bronny James one-on-one. That is how low I value Bronny James. This guy doesn't even belong in the NBA whatsoever. In the G League, maybe he belongs there as a bench player. I know he's had some good moments in the G League, but they're not really consistent whatsoever. Killian Hayes is killing it in the G League, and that guy is considered to be an absolute scrub by NBA levels. So the success of Bronny James in the G League means nothing to me, if you even call that success to begin with. If you're LeBron James, though, you can't say that you need more help, but then also beg Bronny James to get more playing time in the NBA. When you do that, you're obviously serving multiple agendas that are conflicting to each other, and you deserve to get roasted for that. I'm glad Stephen A. Smith called out LeBron James for his bullshit. He needs to be held accountable more often. I know that much. I need the LeBron James fanboys and these worshippers to do the same thing. Bronny James sucks at the NBA level. I'm not saying Bronny James can't ever get it together, but Bronny James has never really shown any signs of ever becoming a decent NBA player, because he wasn't even a decent player in college, and he's not an athletic freak. And stop with these comparisons to Drew Holiday. This guy will never get to Drew Holiday's level, and that's an insult to Drew Holiday, because Drew Holiday is a multiple-time NBA champion. Obviously, Drew Holiday is more than capable of playing at a high level. Bronny James, on the other hand, is probably never going to get to that level. It's the simple truth. So that is why Bronny James does not belong in the NBA, as his dad, LeBron James, is the only reason why Bronny James is even on an NBA roster in the first place. Remember, go ahead and subscribe to Sports Guy Talking, like the video, and please comment down below. If you guys do that, I may shout you guys out in my Instagram story every Monday. That'll be for the @DustinNashTran Instagram account. Make sure to follow me on Instagram @DustinNashTran, and that's Sports Guy Talking. Also, go follow me on Twitter @DustinNashTran. Again, go ahead and do those things that I just told you guys to go do. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the content that was just produced. Peace out. I hope you enjoyed that video. Want more Sports Guy Talking, the home of great sports content? Make sure you click that subscribe button to get the latest from Sports Guy Talking. Go ahead and like the video, comment down below, check the description box on the video in order to follow my Instagram and Twitter. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from the YouTube channel Sports Guy Talking.